Hey, we always live Elvis.
Memphis Mafia kid, and
And Teresa. And
where where is Teresa?
well, it's like this.
She's in the spirit world.
Well, no, I have a huge pimple on my lip. I mean, it's about the size of a ping pong.
I wouldn't have told that.
Well, it's the truth.
No.
So I'm going to stay off camera until I'm better. I don't want to put y'all through that.
You know how we
I can put Danny through it, but I won't put y'all through it.
Hey, y'all.
Here,
Hope
give me a kiss.
everybody.
Give me a kiss.
Hope everybody's doing good. No. I used to get all that stuff when I was in school from kissing all them girls.
I bet you did.
Hey, yeah.
Oh, I wonder where I got mine.
Yeah, I hope y'all having a fantastic week. I know we are. Got a quick birthday shout out to Gracie Welch.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. And two, I want to thank everybody for the cards and gifts and stuff they've been sending.
Oh,
but
yeah.
but a special one to Odie.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, y'all! I'm just she sent to me. I'm just gonna these dang things have fancy names, and Teresa can tell you what. But it was basically a meat cheese
A charcuterie board.
tray with oh my gosh, all
Oh,
olives.
Man, so good. That's the first time I've ever had one.
The cheeses were
good.
so good. I mean, I'm down to the last of it, but it was so dang good.
Yeah,
But what
thank
what
you
you
so much.
what,
I wish I.
what did you call it?
I think it's charcuterie or charcuterie. I don't know. We have a restaurant here in town that does it, and it's called charcuterie. Charcuterie is the name of it. So that kind of throws me off.
Well, what the hell's that got to do with
That's just the name of it.
meat, cheese, olives,
I can't-
peppers,
That's just it's bougie. Okay,
Nuts,
that's what it is.
fruits?
But I wish I had your address because I wanted to send you a thank you card. But I
It
can't
was
find one.
well, I can talk fancy. It was El Yummyo. Y'all, hey, we appreciate all the questions y'all been sending in. Keep sending them in.
And some Christmas cards. They're crooked again.
Yes, we're starting to get them rolling in. We appreciate that so much. It this time of year it means nothing. And before we get started on the viewers' questions, I want to say that I don't know where y'all are at, but here the next couple of nights is going to be
Cold.
cold. And I don't like the cold, but
I don't.
hey, maybe you do where you are, or maybe you don't. But come on, spring and summer, yeah.
We're gonna turn the water off and drain the pipes. That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
I'm not taking a chance.
Yeah.
Of
We're
a
gonna do
broken
something.
pipe. No way.
But,
I'm not taking that chance.
Y'all, like I said, we appreciate y'all keep sending these questions. Appreciate your support and your subscribing. We always get some great questions, and we got some more today. So Teresa, hey, let's
All right, let's get into it. Colleen, and man, your writing is
don't start about my writing. My
horrible.
writing's fine,
Oh, I don't even. Okay.
woman.
Colleen and Louise, I think. Danny, do you ever want to be in the entertainment business or join Elvis's band when you were young?
I did not. Well, I did and I didn't. Now, we all have that fantasy of
I
being.
thought you were Danny Rockstar.
Yeah, for a while I was Danny Rockstar. But that just
Didn't pan out.
never panned
Well, you
out.
did
But
play the drums or
But
started,
yeah, I
didn't
played
you?
the drums a little bit.
younger.
But y'all, my goal, I've said it. I wanted to be one of the guys. I wanted to work for Elvis.
Like bodyguard type.
Yeah, or we'll be go on tour on, and be there, for him, like all those guys were, like my daddy was, and it just, I guess it's kind of like the old Hank song. I wanted to carry on a family tradition, but that was my dream, and unfortunately, I didn't get to do it in that kind of way. But I thank God with what I'm doing, what we're doing today is that way of me getting to fulfill my dreams and things that I wanted to be when I was a child.
All right, the next question
Teenager.
is from Heavenly Presley. Did Elvis go back to Tupelo when he got older?
At times he did. He loved being, from where he came from. He never forgot it. And I mean, something like that, I don't guess you'd ever forget. We all hear tales. I mean, I hear, Mom and Daddy talk about their childhoods, and you think, wow, man, how much different was it, but each phase is, because we look at the way Laney, and the way our children were, it's funny. Yeah, I mean, he thought about it at times, and at times, he went, for the drive or the ride, whatever you want to call it, with whoever he wanted to go, and they had their times in Tupelo.
All right, Swiss Miss, I would love to hear how y'all met and married. How long have you been married?
Oh, no, you wouldn't.
Well, I think we've quoted a couple times, but we've been married in 2026 will be 20 years.
Yeah. Well, I guess there's really not, but just, I mean, one way to put it,
I was divorced.
Teresa chased me for years. I mean, and don't get me wrong.
Oh my God!
Don't get me wrong.
Oh.
I liked her, but I mean, no, I'm just.
No, I was divorced.
She's gonna
I was divorcing my cheating husband.
Yes.
And he had a truck route from Tupelo to Memphis, so I would go with him on deliveries to the.
Yeah, I actually was a dock supervisor at the truck line.
And that's where I met you.
And it was multiple, they had multiple hubs, and he worked for the one in Tupelo, which would come to Memphis and then sometimes go on to Nashville.
Yes.
But
And when I walked in, you ran from me. You ran away.
I really didn't run, but
yeah, you did. I looked up. Nobody was behind the desk.
Well, I just it's kind of like the danger zone.
Yeah.
No, seriously, y'all.
And then we got to start talking on the phone.
When we first made eye contact, but you got to realize, like I said, and to make a long story somewhat short, they were going through their divorce, and they were working things out, and that's why she, went on a ride. And we, like I said,
we come in. On the phone.
He introduced us, and yeah, it was strange. We've talked about it, but especially from we made eye contact, and after that we just we would talk. We had started communicating, and talk about going. I had already been through a divorce or two, but that's a whole nother story. We won't talk about that. Yeah. But anyway, I was giving her, if you could call it a little experience, but giving her some advice, and we just talking, and we really loved just talking and sharing time together, and then it just got to where
then we visit each other like on a weekend.
Yeah, and nothing, at that time as far as just friends, and it just quickly
escalated.
Yes, moved on.
And a lot of people, too, have asked, but Danny didn't tell me anything about his family until after we were engaged. So I didn't know until after.
Yeah.
And he did it on the phone. He calls me up and says, I have something to tell you about my family. And I'm like, oh. Okay.
Well, things were starting to get serious then.
Yeah.
But
well, yeah, because.
But, y'all, hey, we appreciate the question. Won't bore y'all all with just about us. But we've actually been married to be 19 years this coming April.
Yep.
So, almost 20 years.
Almost.
We've been together 20 years, a little over 20 years.
Yeah. Okay, the next question is from Judy Kaufman. Did Elvis like NASCAR?
He didn't, I won't say like it or dislike it. He would glance and watch it at the time. He wasn't a big race fan, I can say that. But he didn't dislike it either. I mean, he would... he would watch it a little bit, but, he was a lot of that way with a lot of things, maybe that was on, like we all do, we click over, and I don't really, unless it's the World Series or something, care a lot about baseball or basketball. I love football. And like running Teresa's shows, we have different things that we each like to watch. I watch, the good stuff. She watches dumb crap.
What do you call it? You call it weird shit.
Yeah, weird shit, dumb crap. But I mean, it is what it is, y'all. I've tried.
Okay, that's fine. Well, you know what? We will just this next time we're at your mom and daddy's, we'll just watch your mom's
Don't
favorite
even start with the Hallmark
Christmas holiday movies.
Okay. But yeah, he he would watch some, just like other things.
Okay, Electra JoJo. What was your mom and Patsy Lacker doing during the Elvis Memphis concert that can be heard on the LP?
There's absolutely no telling. But Mama always said the lights had come around or got put in their during the time he was singing in their eyes, and they just kind of had, and that's what he said. He said some word for word, but it went something like don't cover your eyes up, Joe. You and Pat just stay there or stay down. And that's what he was talking about. They had just and picking it, but a lot of things, were picked up on. Some wasn't, but he would pick, and a lot of people, especially though Mama and Patsy, a lot of times, and they would carry on back and forth, different things. So in the way they worded it and baby talk, he did some actually in singing Blueberry Hill, and a lot of y'all maybe not, but that was something that the way they would talk to each other, like babies at Graceland, and that was just, they just carried on. So that's what that was all about.
Wesley Gamble. Did y'all moving to Tupelo have anything to do with Elvis?
It had no.
No, it didn't. I lived here.
Yes, Teresa.
I had a house here.
Teresa, basically from here.
Yeah.
She was, born a little further down in Mississippi, and another little
Macomb
Tudor town. But,
yeah, it was.
At a young age, she moved before teenager to Tupelo and has basically lived here pretty much her whole life, except
4 years in California.
Yeah, a little later. But we talked about it. We had this. She was just starting to build or have what we call the new house built. This one we live in now, and when we got together, and then we just kind of put money into it, and back and forth. And we was actually living, at my place.
Yeah, we've only been here full time about 7 years.
Yeah, in Coldwater.
Yeah,
that's what I was
we lived
say,
up there and worked, and until
Teresa's mother, as y'all know, has passed away, and I guess, we come. This was kind of our weekend and summertime home. I guess you'd say we loved it. We loved, coming down and going to, but she become sick at the time, and Teresa was down here taking care of her, and I was actually working up close to Memphis, and it just got rough, and I didn't want to be apart, and we got to talk about it, and I said, well, heck, I'll find something down there, and I'm glad, it did. We got to spend, and she got to spend quality time, taking care of her mother and doing what she needed to do, and then after that, we just
stayed.
Yeah, it's not far. We're going to see.
That had always been the
We're
goal.
going to see Mom and Daddy,
Yeah.
and the rest of the family. Always, at least if not every weekend, every other weekend, and that's just our family. So.
Yeah. Okay. Sherry H 2479. What celebrities did you meet?
Man, just to name a few, right off the top of my head, there was Robert Conrad that played in Wild Wild West, Anne Margaret, George Hamilton, the Beatles. I was actually out there. I was little, but I do remember it. Alabama, the group Alabama, Beach Boys. I'm probably leaving a lot out, but that's another thankful time of my life. Ronnie Millsap, just it never. It was always somebody, that was up around Graceland or around that we would end up meeting. And then, of course, like I said, all the guys that worked for Elvis, and they had other connections, and also, it was always great, and special to get to to see those people and to actually meet them.
Those
And for those of you that I left out, doesn't mean it wasn't important to me. It's just my mind's running. But I loved getting to meet each and every one of y'all.
Okay. Tim Williams, did Elvis like Merle Haggard music?
There again, Elvis loved pretty much all music. I'm going to be honest with you. Some may offend some people, may not, but it's not my style. Some of today's shit, I don't like it, care for. Now, hey, if that's your thing, that's great, and you're into it, love it. That's why we have our own. But I definitely know Elvis would felt the same way. That wasn't music to him, but.
Well, I wonder what he think about what Laney listens to.
That's probably some shit. But and y'all excuse me for using it, but I can't think of any other word that describes it good enough.
I wouldn't say that, but it's weird.
But hey, it's each his own. But yeah, he loved a lot of some of them better than other ones, just like we all do.
Yeah.
I like Merle. I like some of his songs. I've named it. Always, Hank Williams Jr., Charlie Daniels, George Strait. I can go on and on and on, But Alan Jackson, just so many out there. Of course, some of the Garth, on and on and on, like I said. And Elvis was the same way. And then some, he liked better as far as the music. And some, he had met and, he had a friendship with some. And some of those more than others. So.
All right, last question from Robert Brown. Did your daddy take karate?
He did for a short time. Daddy, as we know this past year, he finally had to have that old thing replaced. But Daddy always had bad knees, and so he just. What are you giggling about?
Nothing. Go ahead.
What?
Nothing. Just you said that. Yeah. You just said that old thing replaced, and you that old knee.
Okay, kneecap. Well, here we go. Y'all hate it. Now I've totally lost. I'll get back, I guess, to the question. But she does that kind of thing, and I'm sure there's some of y'all out there that does it. They do that on purpose. And then they go, what? And then they don't want to tell you, Well, you know what? If it was funny, it was funny. Tell it. If it wasn't, I'm fixing to do some tuning. But anyway, back to
karate. Your daddy.
As I've said before, in the past, we all our whole family had and still do. I guess you would say lifetime memberships with King Ray. Of course, King Ray's everybody's son. Young Ray is still, I think.
Did you ever take it? Did you ever take any lessons?
A little, not really lessons. I was in study, and it just it wasn't my thing.
Too physical for you.
Are you trying to be funny? No, the physical part didn't have. I did a lot of physical
kicking
things.
And stuff.
Football and
putting your feet up.
Fighting and. No, well, since brought it up in truth, it just
I know it was.
I had girls on my mind.
That's true.
Yes.
This is true.
I've settled down a lot, but back in them days, I was girl crazy, and what boy wasn't in the 70s,
What boy is it now?
It's
a boy thing, I'm sure.
It's a good thing.
It depends on the situation. Excuse me. What ended my last marriage?
Look, she's giving. Yo, here we go. Give me the. I guess.
You're in the doghouse.
Yeah, Peter, in the doghouse now. But hey, y'all. It's like a home away from home. I stay there so much.
That's the truth.
Y'all, hey, we appreciate you. Like I say, y'all keep sending them questions in. Real quick, Facebooks. I know I had some of y'all, and I'm tracing back through them, and then I had asked about our T-shirts. We have a few left. Just contact us on Facebook.
I don't have any two.
Yeah, that's where the deal. We only
I think they're mostly large, and I might have an extra large.
Yeah. So
if
you're into that size, that's about all we got left until we have newer ones or come up with something different that we're looking at. So, but just Facebook is. back again, please. Y'all, hey, stay safe out there. Stay warm.
Yes.
And remember, we love you. And also remember, we always live Elvis.